Yeah. Would you ever get a Love Island tattoo?
I don't know, probably like quickest dump.
Would you go back in to Catherine?
I mean, I think personally.
Hello and welcome to OK's Dumping Debrief, the series where we unpack all the Love Island drama fresh from the villa. I'm Lauren Morris, OK's Deputy TV Editor, and I'm here with the first Islander to be dumped from the 2024 Summer Series, Sam. How are you doing, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Sam, you are now single, therefore you have been dumped from the island.
Very mixed emotions, to be honest. Obviously, it's hard being the first one out, and obviously only being in there for like 24 hours. It was definitely a shock. But I think everything happens for a reason. Obviously, Joey and Samantha were getting on really, really well, and it was just like the best move for him, to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean, so you made it to day 2.
Yeah.
When did you have a feeling that it might be it for you?
I'll be honest, I think when Joey obviously kissed Samantha in the challenge first, obviously that was like, well, that's a strong sign that I could be going home. I think out of the being in the villa, like it was mainly like out of me and Kieran, really. So yeah, me and him that day was just very, a bit on edge, you could say.
Yeah. Did you know much about Joey Essex before he came in the villa? Like, did you watch him on telly?
Obviously, I've seen him on telly and stuff like that, but no, I didn't really know too much about him, to be honest. But we just had to do the best thing for him.
And in your 2 days, do you feel like you got to know the other Islanders pretty well, or?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like lads gelled really, really fast. Yeah, it was good. It was a good atmosphere.
Who do you think should have been dumped instead of you?
I'll be honest, I'm actually seeing how upset the lads were and how upset Kieran was and stuff like that. Like, I'm kind of glad it was me,
Really?
in a way. I think just because I've got a strong head on me, do you know what I mean? So I was like, right, it's happening, just suck it up, deal with it, crack on, sort of vibe. And I feel like seeing how upset the lads were, it kind of made me like, oh God. Like, I can't imagine if Kieran got dumped then, because he was even so upset that I left. Like, I don't know if he would have been prepared for that as strong as I was. So yeah, I would have to say like myself. I think the fact I had that chat with myself, I was like, right, got myself ready for it, you could say.
And how do you think you would have got on then because I know you were interested in Nicole.
Yeah.
If you had to fight it out later in the series, what do you think would have happened?
I don't know, it's obviously hard to say. But from the get-go, like, Kieran was so for Nicole. And for me, it's more the fact, like, me and her just had really good chats and bubbly chats and stuff like that. And we had, like, the same outlook on the experience of, like, chat to everyone, have a good time, see who you get on with the most instead of, like, sticking to the one who you're coupled up with first. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would have been fun to watch, to be honest. Yeah, it would have been good.
On the flip side of that, are there any Islanders you were starting to clash with, or that you were, you think that maybe you wouldn't have gotten on with if you'd stayed in there longer?
Yeah, I mean, the only person, like, I would say I struggled to get on with was Samantha, to be honest with you. Like, straight from the start, really, it was kind of just like there was a barrier there, which was obviously hard for me because I get on with everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's very rarely I don't get on with someone. So, like, that was a bit of a shock because obviously first day she kind of just like ruled it out and there was kind of like just nothing there, which for me it was just like a bit weird. And I think that's when I knew, I was like, well, do you know what I mean? Clearly she's not interested. And obviously then Joey walked in and then she's kind of just like stuck to him the whole time. So yeah, I knew it was going to happen. Do
you think that a spark could have grown in time, or do you think it was just dead on arrival?
I mean, you never know. I think when you're in those situations, you've got to be more open-minded. And I think the whole point of being on Love Island, you're not going in there for your type, you're going in there for someone to find a connection. And I feel like you've got to give it a bit of time. And I was prepared to do that. Like, she's not my normal type, but I think when I was in there, I kind of had to like blank that all out and just go with the flow of things.
Yeah, it's such a shame because you're a hairstylist, she's a makeup artist.
It would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect. You could have set up a business.
No, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been yeah, it would have been quite fun, to be honest, but it's just a shame, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, on that topic, because of course you are a hairstylist, did you get to do anyone's hair while you were in the villa?
So it was actually funny. Nicole, the first night, ended up with like the biggest knot in her hair, and I was like picking it out for ages, just like literally going at it. Obviously, I would have liked to stay a bit longer and possibly like done more hair in there. I was excited to do that. But yeah, that was the only time when Nicole had a massive knot in the back of her head. What I had to get out, which was
You got
quite
to
funny.
work straight away.
Yeah, literally. And they were like, yeah, it was near bedtime as well, so I had to crack on and get it done pretty fast.
What time was bedtime for you? Do you know?
We didn't know because we
You
didn't
didn't
have
know
not
clocks,
a
yeah.
clue. We didn't know how long we was asleep for, and you don't know how long it's been when you've been sat on a beanbag. Do you know what I mean? You have no idea.
It just shows how useless we are without any
I
clocks.
know, it's
and
so
phones.
weird. It's
Yeah.
so bizarre. I kind of like not having a phone though.
Do you think you keep it up? Maybe a digital detox?
I think it's needed, especially like I think just the whole experience now of like Instagram and stuff like that. Like I didn't expect it to be the way it is, but yeah, it's been crazy.
As in once you've come out of the villa?
Yeah. But I think everyone should do it. To be honest, 100%.
How has public reaction been for you?
You know what? It's been amazing. I think everyone was so gutted for me, to be honest, because obviously the way it happened and stuff like that, and that shocked me a lot. I didn't expect it to have the reaction it did, which is obviously great for me and stuff like that. And I love that people were so invested in it and obviously as upset as me. So it was hard, but I think it was more when I came out, I was gutted, but I already had that conversation myself before it even happened. I was like, right, it's happening. Do you know what I mean? I've got to keep my head up. I've just got to crack on and see what happens from here, really.
Did you have any celebs or ex-Islanders slide into your DMs?
Not yet, but yeah, the DMs are entertaining.
Really?
You could say.
Why? What are people saying?
It's just surprising, like who reaches out and how many people are like actually good for you. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's quite nice. Yeah, it is nice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And is there anything that didn't air? Any conversations that you wish had?
I think probably the only one really is the conversation I had with Samantha. Like I kind of just pulled her aside and was like, look, we haven't talked at all and you've just, it felt like she was just avoiding me, which was like really bizarre. Like, so yeah, I just pulled her up on that and just said to her like, what's the crack? Like obviously I can clearly see you're not interested, but like say that instead of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's not trying to get to know
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Like that's the thing. It was like when we were having conversations, it was just more like me asking questions I want to know about her, but it was never like her interested in anything about me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a funny one, definitely.
Yeah. Are you watching it now?
Yeah, I'm definitely watching it now. I just want to see how the lads are getting on
Yeah.
and see like. Yeah, I'm buzzing for Kieran. Like I knew that was going to happen. I'm just glad it happened. But I felt a bit bad for Harriet. I didn't think the whole situation with Kieran and Harriet, like the way it unfolded. Obviously, like Joey kind of throwing Kieran underneath the bus. Like that was hard to watch for me because I love Kieran so much, and do you know what I mean? Harriet's a lovely girl, and you don't want to see someone upset.
Yeah.
I think it's hard, like especially like a young girl seeing a young girl so upset like that. Like it is difficult to watch, especially when you've been in there and you know how everyone is. Like no one wants to upset anyone. So yeah, that was difficult to watch, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Joey's been causing his fair share of
Yeah.
drama in there. What is your take on everything now that you've left?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, like we all knew it was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? He's been on TV all his life. He knows what he's doing, sort of the thing. It's the whole point of the TV show is like be entertaining, and obviously he knows what he's doing. He's bringing that, which obviously it's good for Love Island. It's good for people talking about it and stuff like that. But it's on the other hand, it's like it's difficult for me to watch because I'm one of those people like I just say it how it is a little bit. So if I were there, I probably would have pulled him up on it and been like, you bang out of all of that because you've upset two young people, and obviously you've upset one of the girls because she made her feel a bit probably insecure about herself there and then. When it's okay to be confused, Do you know what I mean? I don't think Kieran understand how much he liked either one of them.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay in that situation. I think it's normal to fancy two people as much as you do and try to work it out on your own. It's just a shame it kind of just unfolded the way it did.
Yeah, and it was early days.
I know,
it was only a
exactly.
week at that point.
Exactly,
so-
and I think everyone needs to just like go with the flow a little bit and chat to everyone and get a more of a feel instead of like, well, you can't like her and like me at the same time. Do you know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
bit. I don't know. I feel like I have a complete different outlook on it than most people.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you as well, because viewers have been saying that Mumvir has just been missing from the
Yeah.
show. He's not getting any airtime. What is he like in the villa, and why
He's
do you
the
think
best.
that's happening?
He's the best. He is such a gent, like top lad. I know it's hard for me to watch it, even like Sean as well. Like both of them two are just lovely lads, and I just don't think personally they've found a connection in there yet. Which, do you know what I mean? It's fine, it's okay. Like, but I do think they just need more. I just hope to God like someone comes in and like blows them away a little bit. But
Yeah.
I know Sean from the first day, like Sean was attracted to Harriet, but obviously now I think Harriet's got more of a feel for Ronnie. But like he might just do a massive circle. You never know in these situations. It's so early on.
It's so early and so unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, the question I want to ask you, because it's what I always wonder about Love Island, what is the food situation? Because I know you get fed by producers, but the other night on an episode, some of the islanders were making spaghetti.
Yeah.
So do you get to request food that goes in the kitchen?
So, to be honest, kinda, but they've got everything. It's just like literally, it's like a fully stocked kitchen. Like everything you need is in there, sort of thing. So yeah, you don't really need to request anything because it's already there. The only thing I asked for was Yorkshire tea bags. I was like, that's the one thing I need. Obviously, Shem, I didn't get them. I was fuming.
You didn't get them?
No, I didn't get them. Obviously, I wasn't there as long. But if I've got them in there now, I'm going to be even more fuming. Yeah, that's the only thing I asked for. I was like Yorkshire tea bags, which was hilarious. But yeah, the food situation is like, yeah, all the food were banging.
I mean, I also wanted to ask you, if you were in there now, who would you couple up with?
I don't know. Like, I think it's tough. Like, obviously, all the girls are really, really attractive and stuff like that. Like, it is tough because I would have to just like see who I got on with the most and had more of a connection with than anyone. Like, all the girls are stunning, so you can't really go off looks.
And as you'll know from your DMs, fans were not very happy
No.
that you went. Would you go back in for Catherine?
I mean, I think personally, like, do you know what I mean? It happened fair and square, but I think it would be only right if I got put back in. I think that would be a massive twist for the whole season. And obviously, if more girls are going in, I think it would be only right if I do get put in as well, and see if that stirs the pot a little bit more. To be honest. But yeah, I think it's only right, definitely.
I agree. Bring the drama. Let's see it.
See what happens.
Yeah. And what is your take on all of the? I feel like there's so many love triangles.
So many.
In there.
Yeah.
Harriet and Ronnie being, I guess, the most dramatic one at the moment.
Yeah.
What is your take on all of that?
I mean, I feel like the triangle situation, I feel like it's going to happen. And I think people need to understand the fact end of the day, it's low-key like a game show is the best couple. So it's about finding that. So you're going to have a triangle. You're not going to... It's hard to think that you're not, but everyone's fighting for the best couple and fighting for who they're interested in the most. And you're going to have two people fighting for one person. So I think people need to understand the fact there is going to be one.
Yeah.
And that's okay, do you know what I mean? So, but it's obviously hard for the girls and everything to understand that.
Yeah.
But I see in there, because obviously Jesse's like, right, I'm not, do you know what I mean? You have to make your mind up. But Ronnie's obviously, he likes two girls at the same time. So I think it is very difficult. It's a difficult one.
Yeah. All's fair in love and war.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we go, did you get to chat to Maya?
Yeah, so it was just, I can't even explain it to you, like, the whole atmosphere when she walks in, like, it was just like, all the lads were just like giddy little girls bouncing about and like,
I'm not surprised I would be the same.
It was
It's
just
Maya Jama.
Yeah, exactly, it was mental, and obviously I talked to her after some, and oh god, she's the best. Yeah, it was just mental actually meeting her and speaking to her, to be honest. Yeah.
And what's next for you now? Are you going back to hairdressing?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely need to go back to hairdressing. I love my job, literally, like, absolutely loved it. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back in the salon, to be honest, and see all my clients again. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I know you're very tatted, as we can see.
Yeah.
Would you ever get a Love Island tattoo?
I think it would be quite funny. It's definitely on the bucket list, definitely.
What would you get?
I'm not too sure, you know. Probably like quickest dump. I think that's all. Do you know what I mean? Lasted 24 hours. I think that'd be quite funny.
You could probably get my Jama to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Sign at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, who do you want to win, Sam?
I would say, at this point in time, Kieran and Nicole. I think they are a good match, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much, Sam.
No, thank you for
You've
having
been
me.
Brilliant. Good luck with everything.
Cheers,
and I
thank
hope
you.
you do go back into the villa.
We'll have to wait and see.
That'd be great. Thank you for watching. This has been OK's Dumping Debrief. Stay tuned for the future for more interviews with the Dumped Islanders.